happening, everybody? Rod J here, finally back to take a look at another beer. It's been a little bit of time since I've done my last review, but been running around working and finally got some free time to try out another beer. And today I'm going to take a look at one that comes to us from Left Hand Brewing. This is their Widdershins Oak-Aged Barleywine Ale. Like I said, it's from Left Hand Brewing Company. And this one is kind of a nice looking, unique one. I don't know if you saw all that on the label. That's kind of what caught my eye there. I actually caught this on a special deal. Oak-Aged Barleywine Ale, 22 ounces, $1.99 at one of my local suppliers. Always pays to make sure you're making some good friends at the places you're shopping, so they keep you up to speed on any of the deals as they come out. I'll give you a little bit of information off this one. Brewed on the banks of the mighty St. Vrain, Widdershins is our oak-aged counterclockwise biennial barleywine style ale. Floral and fruity notes of orange and apricot rest upon a foundation of oak, garlanded with earthy hop aromas and a sinister presence of peated malt. Our answer to waning daylight and frigid temperatures can be enjoyed immediately or saved in your cellar for a snowy day. Alcohol in this one comes in at 10.7%. Also comes in at 65 IBUs. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how the hops play out on this one. This one, a nice thing that I like about their label, they actually tell you on there you can cellar this up to 5 years. So let's try to see if I can zoom that in there for you. Let me hold it back a little, but I think right there, cellar up to 5 years. And they also put the QR code, which is a nice little thing as well, that allows you to be able to just put your phone on it, take you right to the website, pick up more details about this beer. So, looking forward to it. Ingredients: Rocky Mountain water, malted barley, hops, yeast, and turbinado sugar. And for those of you not familiar with Left Hand Brewing, they're actually out of Longmont, Colorado, and there is actually their logo, which is a left hand. So let's go ahead and get this baby open. And one of the reasons I was able to get this at such a good deal is that it had been in the warehouse for a while. But on a beer like this, where you can sell up to 5 years, as long as it was out of the light in a nice cool place, which they usually are, you usually be okay. Gonna pop the top, get into a glass.
Hey, how you doing?
Now for this one, the glass recommended is usually a snifter glass, which I am actually using here. And this is the first time I've used this glass. This is my Mount Carmel snifter glass. They are actually one of our breweries here out of Ohio in Cincinnati. So first time using this one, and maybe eventually I'll get one for Left Hand as well. Just don't have one right now. Take a look at the appearance here. That pours out nice golden orange color. Do see some of the little particles inside, not really too big or anything, but with the barley wine, by the way that it's usually fermented a second fermentation, you usually will have that in the glass where you'll get some of those particles, and in the bottle as well. No big deal, just extra yeast for you. And the head itself, not much of a head there. As you can see, it kind of thinned out, less than a finger, but with the barley wine, usually the head will do that on you. I can already pick up some of the aromas, not even trying to go in for a sniff yet, but I can already smell the flavors coming out of the glass. Now with this one, it's best said to enjoy between 55 to 60 degrees. So you want to let it try to warm up a little bit. I took it out, let it sit here for a little bit. So now I'm letting it some of the warmth hit it too, to try to open up some of those flavors. As far as everything else with it, on the look, it looks pretty good. With the barley wine, we probably will get a little bit of lace in there. So let's go ahead and get an aroma.
And what the hell is that smell?
On the aroma, I am getting a big dose of that orange and apricot smell. A nice fruitiness coming off of this one. Even though it's at the 65 IBU, it does seem to be coming out a little bit more of the malt driven. A little bit of a sweet smell in there from the fruit. It actually smells really good, and as I swirl the glass a little bit more, it actually allows the apricot to pick up a little bit. Wow, very pleasant smell. So I'm going to go ahead and get a taste.
Oh, the do want to know what it tastes like.
Wow. The taste on this barley wine is, and I don't know how long it's been cellared, but it got to a point where it's very smooth right now. You're not getting a lot of the hop bitterness. You're getting a nice, smooth tasting, more of a malt forward type barley wine as you would expect. You're not getting the bitterness on the back end, so the hops have kind of mellowed out a little bit, it seems. But it's kind of matured into this nice flavor. This is really a nice, smooth barley wine. I wish I knew how long it had actually been cellared there. But with the taste, the fruitiness comes through. You're getting a good average duration as far as the mouthfeel and how long you're feeling that finish in your mouth. The texture, a nice dry texture, a little bit of creaminess in there. No astringency on the back end. And as far as carbonation is very soft, but it's nowhere near flat. So taking a closer look at it, not seeing too much of carbonation. I put it up here. Gets a little bit of bubbles here and there, but wow, this has really become a smooth type barley wine. Wow, this is really good. As far as the alcoholic taste, you do get some alcohol on the back end. With the barley wine, it's a little more common to have that happen, and with a 10.7% ABV, kind of going expecting to catch a little bit, but it's not overpowering. It just gives you like a, hey, what's up? I'm just here hanging out type situation, but it's a good barley wine. So I mean, overall,
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
on this one here, this again, the left hand Widdershins oak aged barley wine, and just so you know, as far as the breakdown on the barley wine, it's 25% aged in the oak cask. So on this one, the appearance, as you can see, very good looking barley wine, very good looking indeed. Nice golden orange color. As far as the appearance, now I will say it's no clarity hardly in there. It's about 90% cloudy, if not 100. Cannot see through the other side, so we'll say 100% cloudiness. So you do have that, and when you have something where it's going to ferment in the bottle as well like that, you usually will come out with that kind of haziness. So I actually like that on a lot of the beers too. And like as I mentioned, you do have some of the smaller particles floating around, but the particles themselves aren't too big at all. Really kind of tiny to small, so it doesn't really throw you off anything or on anything. And the flavor, very smooth, very smooth indeed. So not too bitter, little bit of sweetness, kind of one that you can just kind of kick back and sip on and really enjoy. So like I said, I don't know how long this one has been matured, but if you do happen to get this, I would definitely urge you to look at maybe cellaring it. You know, if you've had it before, let me know. I like to see what it might be when it's actually fresh. Looking on here, oh, it says Best Buy, December 3rd, 2018, vintage 2013. So we do know it was bottled back in 2013, so 2 years old right now. That gives us a cellaring period for the most part, hopefully, that it was in a cellar, not out in the back end, but 2 years cellaring, very smooth. So if you get this one, I would say take one to drink it, maybe fresh to test it out, and then take another one to put it in the cellar, try that out a year later or 2 years later. At 2 years, like this one is, I can tell you it's going to be very smooth, but you have 5 years on this one. So a great barley wine from Left Hand. Again, it's the Widdershins. If you've had this one, let me know. Put some comments in the comment section. Love to see what your feedback is. And then hopefully, if you like the video, hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe. Stay up to speed on videos. It's good to get back in and try some more beers. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.